24 hours left. That's it. 24 hours left, a little less than 24 hours left before we get a very important announcement from the Fed and a decision surrounding rate cuts. 19 hours, 16 minutes, and 10 seconds until we get the news that the Fed is going to choose to cut the rates by a quarter point. This is a highly anticipated event. Tomorrow, the crypto market, the stock market, everybody participating in this market will be on pins and needles, wondering if we are going to get some relief. We want to hear about the end of quantitative tightening, and we want the Fed to turn on that money printer. That is the language we're going to be looking for from the Fed tomorrow during the FOMC meeting, which, as long as I'm available, I should be available. We will be streaming live on this channel for you guys. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content. As we wait for that Fed rate cut, which is a very bullish thing, my friends, what we need to look at is the price of Bitcoin, which is playing a game. Now, I've been trading all sides of this market, to the long side, to the, to the downside, to the upside. And if you are trying to do some trading as well, you can sign up for BTCC, BitTinex, Blowfin. There's deposit bonuses for you guys. You click the link and boom, it's a super easy way to sign up. You want to trade the volatility tomorrow? There's a couple places where I'm doing it. We're seeing Bitcoin down a little bit after we were up to 116 earlier today. It came back down, was down at 112. Ethereum came back down below $4,000. What's going on with the volatility? Look at these hourly candles, guys. I told you guys, okay, that yes, we had our weekly candle that closed above this range and we came above it, but do not be surprised if we get a bullish retest off this range before we continue higher. And that is exactly what happened here. So as I watched this happen, I took a long position because I was waiting for a bounce here. And, I like to set my stop losses below the level. So I open up like a long here. I set my stop loss down here. That's the way I do it. You got to do your own research. Pick your own moves, guys. But if you've been paying attention to this channel, one thing I discussed is, yes, we had this weekly candle that broke above this range. It's beautiful. It's what we needed in order for the market to continue to the upside. But we got to 116, and don't be surprised if we come back down and retest before we head higher. And we might head higher because this Fed rate cut is very bullish. It's very bullish. Now, we need Bitcoin to continue higher, because if Bitcoin doesn't head higher, then unfortunately your altcoins can't really head higher yet either. But here's the thing, guys. In every single bull market, what we've seen for the altcoins is they've taken new highs. We saw a high here and we came a little bit higher, as you can see, right? This is what happens. We take a little bit of a higher move. So we had our high here, and you'd think we'd take a move a little bit higher and we'd get up to somewhere around this level, right? Well, we haven't really seen that altcoin season yet. We had a few moments where we were close to having a breakout, and this is back in December of 2024. Also in December of 2024, you had Ethereum doing pretty well, and it came all the way up to $4,000 for the first time. I mean, I guess it took a new high from March of 2024. It didn't even take a new high. We actually didn't get a new all-time high for Ethereum until August of 2025. And if you look at this, you'll see August of 2025. That's right here. We see Ethereum had more strength than most altcoins in August. And altcoins were actually stronger than Ethereum, relatively speaking, in December of 2024. So far, our best moment for altcoin season was when, at the end of a year, in October, November, December of 2024. Well, here we are, October is looking pretty red on the monthly candle right now. November coming up, and December, Fed rate cuts coming. The money printer could be turning on. Tariff news is about to end on Thursday. And Bitcoin dominance is still headed higher. Maybe we get Bitcoin dominance to collapse at some point. Bitcoin has found its way above this range, found a bounce here, still in this range. Hopefully, guys, we continue to the upside here. That would make a lot of sense to me. That's something that I'd be looking for Bitcoin. Coins like Solana broke out of this range, kind of coming back down, right? I mean, this was kind of a weak breakout for Solana. It didn't really have like a true breakout and bullish retest, very kind of a sloppy exit to the upside out of this for Solana. And that makes sense because Bitcoin needed to have a little bit of a bounce here. Now, there's no guarantees that Bitcoin's bounce is complete here, but that's a pretty decent level for Bitcoin to bounce at in my mind. During the FOMC meeting tomorrow, we could get some more chop where we see this thing coming a little bit lower, not really, collapsing entirely, but having a couple wicks like this, getting a boost. There's going to be a lot of volatility in the FOMC meeting tomorrow. And so if you want to trade the volatility, again, you can sign up for Blowfin, Bit10X, BTCC in the description of this video down below. There's deposit bonuses for you. We see moves in this market where ETH's moved 2% today. Solana's moved 2% today. Dogecoin showing a little bit of weakness right now. If Dogecoin shoots back to a new high, boom, that's crazy. Like there are potential huge moves coming to the upside if we continue the bull market. And if we're going into a bear market, there are potentially 80% collapses ahead of us for some of these coins. You can short the market, you can long the market. That's the way that I view this market. I think Bitcoin, in my mind, is just one of those long-term holds, period. End of story. Altcoins, however, I look for bull markets and I look for bear markets. In bear markets, I accumulate altcoins. As we're in bull markets, I still like to accumulate some altcoins. At the very bottom of the bear market, actually, Bitcoin's technically the best to accumulate and then kind of pivots into altcoins. But then when bull markets are ending, I like to exit those altcoins. And I'm always looking for when the end of the bull market might be. Now, some people say this time it's different. And maybe it is. The Fed rate cuts are coming. The tariff news, which might have been stalling out this market, is probably going to have resolve on Thursday. Now, if this tariff news doesn't find resolve on Thursday, we might find more blood in the market. Now, who knows which way that's going to go? It's probably going to go well. It looks like the tariff resolve is coming, but we got to keep our eye on it, guys. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. That's my update for you today. Tomorrow, we'll talk more about the FOMC meeting and the Fed rate cut decision as it's actually being reported. DCA HODL, do your own research, my friends. I'm Crypto Kid. This is a crypto report. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.